Good day everyone. Welcome back to the Azure Databricks series. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to connect an Azure Function app to a selected Azure Databricks workspace directly from the Azure portal and then retrieve and export the configuration settings of all available clusters in that workspace. We will go step by step from setting up the function app, adding a Python script, connecting to Databricks, and finally pulling out the cluster configuration details all from the Azure portal. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to automate this process for your own environment. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the rest of the Azure Databricks series. Alright, let's get started. If you are looking at my Azure Databricks here, so I have like 3 workspaces, and for this particular demo, what I'll be doing is like I'll be connecting only 2 Databricks workspaces here. That is the first one and the second one. Basically, what I'll do is like I will use the function app to connect to these 2 workspaces, and once it's connected to these workspaces, it will basically look at the available clusters. For example, if you see here in my first Databricks workspace, this one, what I'm seeing is like I have 2 compute, the all-purpose compute. I'm able to see 2 computes, and as far as the second one, which is JBADB standard, what I'm able to see is like again I have like another 2 clusters. So what I'll basically be doing is like I'll be using the function app, and it will basically connect to these 2 workspaces and then get the configuration details of these 4 clusters. Okay, so basically what I'll do is like I will get these values, and then I'll basically be using that values to come up with an cost optimization plan. So to understand the value and then come up with the required visualization for the cost optimization, I'll be creating future videos, but this video is just for getting the required configuration details of these clusters from these 2 workspaces. As a prerequisite, you will have to create the PAT tokens for each of these workspaces. I have already done that. You will have to get the PAT tokens so that we'll be use that to authenticate to these workspaces. What I'll do now is like let me search for function app. Yep, let's click on that. I already have close to 3 function apps. I'm going to create a new one, and what I'm going to do is like I'm going to select this functions premium. The main reason is like I will be deploying multiple functions on this, and also like I want the virtual networking enabled. So I'm going to use this. This is going to incur some cost. So look at the required things here, and then you select as per your requirements. Yeah, let's click on select. What I'll do is like I will provide the required details here. I have used a new resource group. This is my function app name. So the operating system would be Linux. I'm selecting the runtime stack as Python. Version 3.11, and the region I'm using is Best US 2. Yeah. So I'm going to go with this 3.5 GB memory, and then 1 vCPU, which is Elastic Premium EP1. Yeah. Let's click on next storage. I will leave everything here as default. Let's click on next. As of now, I will leave it to the enable public access to on, and I'm not going to integrate the virtual network right now. Yeah, in future if required, I'll be using this. Yeah, so click on next. So I will leave everything as default as far as monitoring is concerned. Yeah, and then durable functions, everything else I'm just going to leave as default. Yeah. And then let's click on next here, and then let's click on this review plus create. Okay, so now let's create it and then wait for it to complete. Function app is deployed. So let's go to the resource group. Yeah, and then what I'll do is like I will first click on this function app here, And then the first thing that I'm going to do is like I'm going to create some maybe like two environment variables. Yeah, one is for storing the required Databricks workspace URL, and then the second one would be to store the corresponding path tokens. Okay, let's click on add. If you see here, the name that I've given is this, and I've added the two Databricks URL here, and I'm basically separating each of these using a comma symbol here. Okay, let's click on apply, and then let's add one more for the Databricks path tokens. Okay, so let me put that, and also like paste the path tokens here. Yeah, so now if you see here, I've basically separating each of these path tokens using a comma. That's something that you need to keep in mind. Let's click on apply, and then apply it one more time. Once the update is complete, what we'll do is like let's go to the overview here. Yeah, and then what we'll do is like we will basically click on this particular function to create the required function. Yeah, and then what we'll do is like let's use the programming model as V1 programming model. The reason why I'm using V1 programming model is like in my next video I'll be doing the same thing using .NET, and in that I'll be utilizing the V2 programming model. So just for a difference, I'm going to use V1 here. Let's click on V1 here, and then wait for it to load here. I'm going to select this HTTP trigger and then click on next. What we'll do is like let's name this function here. I've named the function as this one, and then the authorization level is set to anonymous. Okay, let's click on create and then wait for the function to get created. Okay, so the function is created. So right now I'm in this underscore init underscore dot py. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to replace all the content of this file and delete it, and then I'm going to paste it. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do in this script is like I'm going to retrieve the workspace URL from this particular environment variable, and then the corresponding path tokens from this environment variable, and then I will save it here. Okay, and based on this information, what I'll do is like I will use this API 2.0, and then I will get the required details from each of the cluster that is present on the two workspaces. Yeah. Now, if you look at it further, what I'm basically doing is like I'm trying to retrieve these details. There can be much more you can retrieve, but for my requirement, these information is enough. Basically what I'm going to do is like I will get these information, and in my next video I will use this information and then come up with an cost optimization trick as far as Azure Databricks is concerned, but that's going to be in my future video. For this video, it's just I will be like retrieving this information, and then once I have the information, I will save the required information as a CSV file. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Once it is created as a CSV file, we will be able to look at the required data. Let's click on save here. And then what we'll do is like once the changes are saved, let's go to the function.json here, and then let's change the required information here. So this is the information that I already have. I'm going to remove that. Basically, I have the get, post, and everything. I will just be requiring a get, so I'm just changing it here. Okay. So as far as the script that I've used, yeah, what I'll do is like I will put all these scripts that I'm using in my blog post, and then the link for that blog post will be there in the description section of this video. So if you want to follow along, then you can go to the blog post and then get the required details. Now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to upload the requirement.txt file. Okay, so let me get that, and once it is uploaded, let's look at the requirements.txt. So if you see here, this is the requirement.txt that I've uploaded. So these are the functions like I will be importing for my function app. So I'm mentioning that in my requirements.txt. Okay, so now what we'll do is like let's do a test run. It will basically fail, stating like the package related to request is not imported. So that is something that we will see, and then we will import the required package. Okay, let's click on run. Now, if you see here, I'm getting an 500 internal server error. Yeah. So I don't have much details here. It basically tells like it failed. So what I'm going to do is like, let's go back to the function here. Yeah. And then let's click on this invocations and more. And then let's wait for this entry to be visible here. Yeah. It is going to take some time. It basically tells like results may be delayed for up to 5 minutes. So let's give it some time and then wait for the information here. I can see it now. Let's click on that. And then if you see the information here, it basically tells like as I told you earlier, it basically like not able to find this particular module called request. Yeah. So now what we'll do is like let's go back to the function app here, and then let's go to the advanced tools here, and then what I'll do is like I will basically click on this go. Okay, once you click on that, you will come to this particular screen. Now click on this SSH, and then what we'll do is like let's first do a CD home site www root. Let's view the contents here. Then if you see here, we have this particular thing. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to do a CD and that particular folder here. Okay. So now we are into that folder. Now what I'll do is like I will move the requirements.txt from this particular folder to h/slide/www root. Okay, let's move that. Once this is done, let's go back to www root, and then what we'll do is like we will execute this particular command to install our required modules from the requirements.txt. Yep, let's wait for it to complete. If you see here, it is completed now. Yeah, let's go back to our function app, and then let's go to the overview and then open the function here, and then let's try executing it this time and then see what happens. Click on test run and then select get here and then click on run. If you see here, this time it completed fine. Let's copy that and put it in a notepad. Now I'll put it in a notepad, and if you see here, I'm basically able to see the required details here. Yeah, what I'll do is like I will save this as a CSV file. Yeah, I will save this as an CSV file and then open it in Excel, and then let's look at the data. Okay, it is saved now. Let me open the file in Excel. Okay, and let me show the Excel file here. If you see here, we have the details like the workspace URL, and then the cluster name, and then you have this termination minutes, and we have so many other details. So as far as this video is concerned, using the function app, we have successfully connected to each of these workspaces and then collected the required configuration details for each of these clusters. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.